Hello everybody, and today we will be building a nano spider flyer with these blocks you see here. You will need a leg, a nano gun, and or gun of your choice, a rudder, thrusters, and a chassis block. Alright, so you're going to want to build up your chassis to start off with, obviously. Now the whole purpose of this build is to make it as bare bone as possible, and by that I mean the least amount of everything I can put onto it in the lowest tier as possible. Pilot seat, of course. Now really your rudder placement is optional because you can either have it a few blocks forward or a few blocks back for defense, all depending on what kind of weapons you're using and what their layout's like in the higher tiers. But this layout generally works for most weapons and styles of gameplay. This is mostly for defense of the chassis. I like to do it on the top and the bottom, but for today's video we will just be doing it on the top. Now really you can kind of move around and fiddle with the way you put your thrusters in, but I like to go with the general idea of 2 at the front pointing upward and 2 at the back pointing upward, as well as 2 to 4 pointing forwards, possibly 1 underneath, but that won't be on this build. A few extra for support, and at the back, those are optional though. Same with these side ones. Yeah, what I don't have here is thrusters pointing down, so I'll have to move these around. It all really depends on how heavy you're making it, what kind of chassis blocks you're using, what kind of thrusters you're using, and so on. There we go, downwards thrusters, so that you can weave up and down in the air easier. Or at all, actually, so you can go down. Okay, now we're putting the weapons on, the arms, if you will. I like to call them arms. They add stability. Since it is a 2-legged, it does weave onto the left and right sides. But if you hold shift, it will center you. But the longer your arms, obviously, the more centered you're going to be. Now this thing fires best when it's turned backwards to the teammates, because that's just the way I like to heal. Because when I'm climbing up a mountain, I can still heal people behind me with ease. And have all my armor on the front. Because that's where I find I get attacked the most, is the front and underneath. Rectifier is optional because you won't really need it with the flyer. And there you have it. There's a simple tier 6 flyer. I could probably lower it down, but we'll take it for a test run and show you guys how it works. So yeah, as you can see, it does lean to a side, but that doesn't really matter when you're in flight because it doesn't lean. Ah, see? Super maneuverability up and down. Ooh, fancy styles of flying. Very easy to get to your comrades in peril. Can really get to anywhere on the map in this thing. Anywhere. No teammate left behind. Isn't that beautiful? Simple, light, easy to fly. Although we can downgrade the thrusters. Because really, each time you upgrade them, you're only getting one more carrying capacity per block. Which I find a bit silly, but we'll deal with it. Now this will make it a bit slower and feel more heavy, but it still works the same, still flies the same, really still feels the same in my opinion. Oh, gotta buy a few more. I don't think these are necessary, they're just mostly for style, I guess, at this point. I get a little carried away with my thrusters, as you can see. Just a little bit. Alright, let's go test this out, make sure it flies. Alright, and as you can see, it's just a tad bit slower, but really it's the same handling, maneuverability, and style. Oh yeah, style. Alright, so those are the two test flights with the different thrusters. Lowest tier, and I'm going to show you what you can turn this simple template into as well, actually. That's what it looks like when it's tier 10. With all my fancy doodads, extra thrusters. Tier 6. Tier 10. Yeah, ain't that beautiful? As you can see with the new Halloween wings, or rudders, rather. beautiful. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks.